Hi all, Terhi here. I decided to make something fun for this post, which is last of this year of 2018, here in Pebbles blog. At least from me, of course, there will be something else, but for me, this will be the last, and that's why I decided to make something for New Year. New Year brings me the idea of something new, and I want to give a new life for these frames. I have 15 of these super cheap white frames. I used them from in my friend's birthday party, and now they are they are just waiting for another use in our warehouse. So I decided that now I will give new life for at least a couple of them. So what I'm going to do is that I'm painting them first with pink paint. This paint is acrylic paint from Wiki Pudding called Cotton Candy, if I remember right. Anyway, it's super lovely pink, and it would be gorgeous just the way it is now on the frame to like baby's bedroom or anything like that. But I have an idea of a super simple technique that can be used with any paints. When the paint is still quite wet, not completely wet but quite wet, I'm going it through with baby wipe, and you can see how it looks. It starts to look like a bit rusty and really used, and I really like this kind of look in these frames. So I did 2 of them, and now I want to make some kind of 3D effect for the frames. I'm going to add some really super positive phrases from this collection. It's along the way from Pebbles, designed by Jane Hatfield, and it's gorgeous, as you can see. I have the backgrounds. The size of the background is 4 by 6 about in inches, and I want to use these Project Life cards. There are lovely phrases and pictures, so I really want to use them. Together is our favorite place, obviously, and then something else like Happy Day from these 2 by 2, or is it 1.5 by 1.5? Anyway, these smaller cards. And then I'm going to do simple big embellishment cluster to each frame. My idea is that you can use this frame separately or together. A couple of these will be pink and one will be something else. You will see. At this point, I'm just choosing what I'm going to use and where, and this Happy Day will be the first that I'm designing. Butterflies, of course, and then some flowers. I will usually in frames there are this plastic part that you can cover the photograph with, but with these little frames that I'm doing now, I will not use that part of frames. I will keep that somewhere else or put it at the back side or something, but I want to make some kind of 3D effect, and I will just choose first that what embellishments I'm going to use. This is also some kind of therapy for me, because I really like to go through all these beautiful pretty items in my hands. But back to the making thing. At this point, I'm just going to adhere all these main elements to the frames, and for this it's this Project Life card, and I'm using 3D foam to attach everything. I'm also going to use drop of glue here and there, even though you are not probably seeing it on this video, but I always want to make sure that anything that is supposed to be on the wall will be on the wall and not dropping out, so that's why I'm making sure with glue that they will stick. Even though these sticky thumb 3D foams are really, as the name is, super sticky, but I think I will still use the glue in addition. So this frame is still white, which looks really boring right now, but I will have something in my mind for this too. At this point I'm making the embellishment clusters. Like here I have this house element and then some smaller ones, and making embellishment cluster is easier when you add the main element first and then adding the smaller ones next to it, kind of spreading from the main element. Like this little butterfly, I wasn't completely satisfied with it, so I will take this 3D layered butterfly. And then another frame. For this I want to use the girl. This collection is along the way, and there are these girls figures here and there in this collection, and I really adore them. They remind me of my girls and happy times, and I really need something to cheer me up in Monday morning. If I take these frames to my office wall and I see them first thing in Monday morning, I will be happier, I think. So the last thing is that I'm going to use this Vicky Pudding paint, which is obviously my favorite one because, as you can see, the bottle is almost finished. So I'm just taking a couple of drops of that and mix that with water. And why I do that is because I want to have really liquid color. Of course I could use something else, maybe watercolors or something, but this acrylic paint will really last on top of that acrylic paint. I didn't use any gesso or anything before adding the paint to the frame, so I think watercolors or anything like that will not last there. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add some color drop by drop or flick it. The safe way would be that cover the embellishment cluster and then do this, but I trust my hand and I'm not that keen on making too neat work. So if the paint goes on the face of the girl, then it goes, but fortunately the girl's face are safe now. And then I'm going to do the third frame, which is still white, but I will make it mine because now it looks a bit boring, especially because the embellishments that I chose are also white against white. So as you can see, I'm going gently through the edges of the embellishments and adding color. As I'm using 3D foam, it's super easy to add color between or behind the embellishments, so it looks kind of it's falling, dropping and dripping from there. This is really small thing to do, but I think it really turned the look of this frame. And also adding couple drops to the flowers, so it's similar color all the way through the frame. That's it. That's all I have today, and I hope you are really inspired and I'm really thankful for you to watching the video. We will see you again soon. Bye!